You can build a closed terrarium in almost any container that comes with a lid. Glass, however, remains the preferred choice, not only for its clarity and elegance, but also for its inert and non-reactive nature. Ideally, your container should have a transparent lid to allow light to filter through. If your jar doesn't come with one, you can always cover it with a glass or acrylic cutout. The goal is simple: to trap moisture and activate a miniature water cycle that keeps the ecosystem self-sustaining and hydrated at all times. There are many types of containers you can experiment with, from cloche or bell jars to latch lid and gasket sealed ones. Each type will trap and release moisture differently, which in turn affects how often you'll need to water your terrarium. For today's build, I'll be using this jar. It has a clear glass lid with a gasket, making it a perfect candidate for a closed terrarium. The first step is to create the drainage layer, also known as a false bottom. This layer stores excess water, keeping the main substrate from becoming waterlogged. You can use materials like leca, pebbles, pumice, gravel, or lava rock. Personally, I prefer lava rock. It's lightweight, porous, moisture retentive, and provides a great surface for beneficial bacteria to colonize. These microbes are crucial for maintaining a healthy miniature ecosystem. Next, I cut out a piece of window screen mesh to create a substrate barrier. This prevents the substrate from seeping into the drainage layer and creating anaerobic pockets where harmful bacteria could thrive. A thin layer of activated charcoal comes next. It helps absorb and neutralize gases like ammonia, methane, and hydrogen sulfide, common byproducts in closed systems, and also reduces the risk of mold growth. Now comes the terrarium substrate, the heart of the setup. My mix includes 2 parts of cocoa fiber, 1 part each of coarse sand, dry sphagnum moss, and pine bark, and half parts of activated carbon and aqua soil. This mix provides the right balance of aeration, water retention, and nutrients. If you'd like to learn more about this mix, I have a separate video dedicated entirely to terrarium substrate. I'll leave a link in the description below. Since this is a beginner-friendly build, I'll keep the hardscape simple. Just a few stones arranged in a natural random formation similar to what you might see in the wild. I brush the substrate gently around the stones to lock them in place. Next, I hydrate the substrate evenly. The goal is to moisten it, not soak it. Overwatering at this stage can cause problems later. Time to begin planting. I'll start with patches of sheet moss in the foreground. Using a chopstick, I press them down gently so they make good contact with the substrate. This helps them anchor faster through their rhizoids. Next comes Bolbitis deformis, a miniature fern perfect for smaller builds. Since it's an epiphyte, it doesn't need to be buried in the soil. I tuck it behind the stones to create some depth and add a few moss patches around its base to secure it. A smaller Bolbitis cutting goes in the midground to balance the layout. Fittonias, often called nerve plants, are classic terrarium choices and root easily from cuttings. Using a skewer, I make small holes through the moss and plant both green and red Fittonia cuttings around the hardscape. This adds a nice pop of color and contrast. Next, I place an Anubias nana petite, another beautiful epiphyte, in the midground, followed by some spike moss cuttings. To add more detail, I sprinkle crushed lava rock across the foreground, leading into the midground, creating a natural textural gradient. Finally, I add a cutting of oakleaf creeping fig, which will eventually trail and create a lush canopy effect. A final round of misting brings the whole scene to life. I'll be placing this terrarium on my shelf under LED grow lights for about 8 to 10 hours every day. I hope this video helps you in building your very first terrarium. If you try it out, do share your experience in the comments, and feel free to post photos of your build in the viewer section of the channel. Thank you for watching and happy terrarium building.